Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Coming to you live from John Stella Field at Brown Park in Omaha, Nebraska. We bring you North Star Athletic Association baseball action. Another doubleheader on the schedule today as the home team Bellevue University Bruins host the visiting Waldorf Warriors out of Forest City, Iowa. Happy Saturday afternoon, everyone. Another bright, sunshiny day in the Omaha Bellevue area. Great day for baseball. A lot of short-sleeve shirts evidenced on the field and in the fans in the stands today. Temperatures today expected to get up to the low to mid 70-degree range. Right now it's about 60 degrees. We've got a breeze coming out of the south, and that's going to be the conditions for most of the day today. Expect some gusts to get up into the 25-mile-an-hour range, but right now winds are steady about 10 to 15 miles an hour out of the south, which means out to left field and left center. These two teams met yesterday in doubleheader action. The Bruins winning game number one in walk-off fashion by a score of 3-2. The Warriors coming back to win the nightcap by a score of 5-4. So if you weren't with us for those games, both of them very exciting, very closely contested. And we look forward to more baseball action this afternoon. Mick Krupski back behind the microphone for more action. Bill Mullins, the co-sports information guy at Bellevue University, right next to me, providing me with all kinds of information. And again, we invite you to be part of our broadcast today. If you would like to send along a text message, please do so. Bellevue fans and Waldorf fans, that number 402-515-7654. We'll give that to you several times during the course of the game today. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's games as Bellevue head coach Dwayne Monlex and Waldorf head coach Joe Todges meet with the umpiring crew to go over the ground rules at Brown Park. For the Waldorf Warriors, leading off and playing second base, Davis Churchman. Batting second, the shortstop, Damian Sanchez. Batting third, the designated hitter, Tommy Capion. The cleanup hitter is a third baseman, Zach Meyer. Batting fifth and playing first base, Atticus Smith. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Ryan Webster. Batting seventh and catching, Robert Gurney. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Anthony Hibble. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Juan Jorge. On the mound this afternoon for game number one of the doubleheader, Skylar Yarborough, a 1-win and 2-loss record on the season. We'll talk more about his pitching stats when he takes the mound in the bottom of the first inning. For the home team Bruins, as they head out onto the field, let's get the starting lineup. Leading off for the Bruins, center fielder Kanta Kobayashi. Batting second, the designated hitter, Connor Barnett. Batting third and playing right field today is Jake Lacey. The cleanup hitter is the catcher, Logan Grant. Batting fifth and playing third base is Nick Grade. Batting sixth in left field, Mathieu Sirois. Batting seventh and playing first base is Trad Richardson. Hitting eighth, Drew Staley, the second baseman. And batting ninth, the shortstop, C.J. Townsend. On the mound for the Bruins, Easton Britton. 4-1 record for Easton as the Bruins are heading out onto the field to get ready for first pitch. Both teams lined up on the baseline as we get ready for our national anthem.
At this time, we ask all fans participants to please rise to remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, the first assist of the afternoon goes to Bill Mullins as he held the microphone outside the window as we get ready for baseball action. Let's set the defense for the home team Bruins across the infield. A little bit different look today, partly caused by the injury to outfielder Anthony Lind yesterday in a collision at first base. He's not in the lineup today, so a little shuffling across the infield will be Trad Richardson at first base. The second baseman is Drew Staley. The shortstop is C.J. Townsend, and the third baseman is Nick Grade. Across the outfield, Mathieu Sirois will be in left field, Kanta Kobayashi in center, and the right fielder will be Jake Lacey. The battery for the Bruins behind the plate, Logan Grant. He's been behind the dish for all three of the games thus far in the series. And on the mound is right-hander Easton Brinton. Easton, a right-handed pitcher, a junior. This is his 10th appearance on the season, 9 of them as a starter. A 4-win and 1-loss record on the season. In his 40 2/3 innings of work thus far, Easton has allowed 41 hits, 24 runs, 21 of them earned, 18 walks against 39 strikeouts, an ERA of 4.65. Easton will get his warm-up tosses, and we'll get ready for the first pitch. Bruins will be in their black jerseys today with gold trim, gray pants. The visiting Waldorf Warriors in the third base dugout, they'll have their purple tops with white pants. The purple, the featured colors for both schools. As we get ready for more North Star Athletic Association play. These two teams split the doubleheader yesterday. So a very important matchup between the Bruins, who are now in second place behind Dakota State. Dakota State at a perfect 14-0, Bellevue at 13-1. For the Waldorf Warriors, now 8-6. They are in third place in the conference. 64 degrees officially right now. Sunshine overhead, a little bit of a haze. We talked about the fires from the state of Kansas, the Flint Hills area. Every year this kind of happens with southerly winds. The winds out of the south at 17 miles an hour, gusts to the mid-20s. Here we go with baseball action. Davis Churchman leading it off for the Warriors. First pitch, fastball on the outside edge for a called strike one. Churchman hitting .317 on the year for the Warriors. Warriors as a team, a .283 batting average. As Britton puts a slider, the appeal to first base, and they say Churchman did hold up his swings. Churchman had a solo home run in game number 1 yesterday, 1 for 4 in game number 2. A little change with the breaking action that time, change of speed, ball moving away from the right-handed batter, 1 ball and 2 strikes the count on Davis Churchman, leading off the top of the first inning. And as always, a 9-inning game number 1 of the doubleheader, a 7-inning game number 2. A swing and a miss. Nice location on that pitch by Easton Brinton off the outside corner that Churchman could not get up to. 2-hole hitter for the Warriors is the shortstop, Damian Sanchez.
Second shortstop, Damian Sanchez.
Sanchez had a 2-run home run in the game the Warriors won. Also picked up a couple of hits in game number 1, which they lost. Here's the first pitch. Off the top of the bat, out to shortstop. C.J. Townsend gets it on the second hop. Throw across the diamond on the money to Trad Richardson, occupying the first base bag today. Up next, the designated hitter, Tommy Capion. Capion, .318 on the year. As he steps in, 3 consecutive right-handed batters, a mostly right-handed hitting Warrior lineup. Brinton breaking ball low and away. Capion had 1 hit in yesterday's doubleheader. Ahead in the count now 2-0 as that fastball stays down. That one's hit solidly to center field. Kanta Kobayashi going back, but Kanta has enough room to make the catch to retire the side. Well hit, but tracked down by Kobayashi out in center field. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first inning. The Warriors nothing, and the Bruins coming to bat. Let's set the defense for the Waldorf Warriors. Pretty much what we saw yesterday in our doubleheader action. Atticus Smith is at first base. Davis Churchman at second. Damian Sanchez is the shortstop, and Zach Meyer is at third. Across the outfield, Ryan Webster is in left, Juan Jorge in center, and Anthony Hibble is in right. The battery for the Warriors, Robert Gurney behind the plate. And on the mound, Skyler Yarborough will get the start. The southpaw. He's a junior. This is his 9th appearance on the year. His 5th start. A 1-win and 2-loss record. Does have 1 save as well in 19 2/3 innings on the season. He's allowed 18 hits, 12 runs, all of them earned. Has walked 17 and struck out 28. 5.49 is Yarborough's earned run average. Both games yesterday were very tightly contested. 1-run victories for each team. Bruins 3-2 in game number 1. A 5-4 win for the Warriors in game number 2. All right, I heard my phone give me the notification that we've got some text in the queue. Let's see. The camera shot is frozen. Yeah, okay. Let's see if we can fix that. Thank you. A couple people said that. Audio is great. All right, we'll go with that for now. And we'll see if we can get the camera fixed here. Bill doing his work behind the scenes, threatening it with a hammer. It's a big hammer, too, so we'll see if we can get it working. All right, so thank you. I got 4 people who sent in the text that the camera is frozen. Sorry we didn't catch that earlier, but thank you for doing that. It's one of the reasons why we started doing this many years ago, because when the Bruins were playing at Westgate Field, it was a terrible spot for transmissions, and so I gave out my text message number so people could tell me when it went down, and we just kept it because it's been fun. Leading it off for the Bruins. All right, Bill's got it going. There'll be a little something extra in your paycheck this week, Bill. And if you believe that, all right, Kanta Kobayashi at the plate. Kanta hitting .367. First pitch, ball 1. Yarborough working from the windup. Fouled out of play, third base side, 1-1 to count. Yarborough, a 6-foot junior from the Colony, Texas. That one's hit hard to right center field. Hibble giving chase, and he will get there in the gap to make the play for the first out of the inning. Lined hard, but run down by Anthony Hibble. 1 up, 1 down for the Bruins. The Colony, I believe, is in Dallas-Fort Worth area, if I'm not mistaken, but matters not. We're in the Omaha area as we're having a baseball afternoon once again. Next up for the Bruins, designated hitter Connor Barnett. Connor hitting .313. Very good, a suburb of Dallas. Denton County, so probably north of Dallas. Barnett lays off the first pitch fastball, ahead in the count. Swings and misses, good pop on the fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now on Connor. Connor had a double in game number 2 yesterday. And had a double in game number 1. 1 for 4 in each of those contests. Foul out of play, right side. Count remains at 1-2. 325 the distance down the right and left field lines. About 380 to center field, about 360 to the power gaps. So not a pitcher's ballpark, more of a hitter's ballpark. Swung on and missed, a tailing fastball off the outside edge. The first strikeout of the game for Skyler Yarborough. Next up for Bellevue, a little different look defensively today. Jake Lacey will be in right field instead of his normal left field, taking the spot of Anthony Lind. And Mathieu Serrois will be in left, normally occupied by Lacey. Fastball up and away. Lacey from the windup. Off the outside edge once again. Jake had kind of a frustrating day at the plate yesterday. Did have 1 RBI in the sacrifice fly, but otherwise 0 for 7. Takes that pitch ahead in the count, 3-0. Lacey 367, the team leader in runs batted in with 39. Taking all the way, that one clips the outside corner, now 3-1. He'll have the green light here on a pitch in his happy zone. The Bruins are 25-1 on the season when Lacey gets a hit. Thanks again to Bill Mullins. No pressure there, huh? Jake will draw the walk this time, so he'll be the first Bellevue base runner of the game. First base runner for either team. He's a 2-out base runner as catcher Logan Grant readies to hit. Logan hitting .354. A good eye. Team leader in walks with 21. That one's hit hard to right field again. Hibble there to make the play. So 2 hard hit balls to the right field side. But the Bruins come up empty in the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. After 1, it's Bellevue nothing and Waldorf nothing. All right, thanks again to those folks who texted in that the video was not working. Hey, you got credit here. Bill's the bomb. And good morning, Mr. Mick. Hubba Hubba Bruins from the Sakamoto. So I hope you don't explode when I'm sitting next to you here, but Bill's the bomb. So thank you to him and the Sakamotos for joining us once again.
I don't know. I don't think so.
All right, so I think we're all squared away. Again, that text message number, if you want to join us this afternoon, it's 402-515-7654. Mick Krupski back behind the microphone. Kind of announcing with a heavy heart this weekend. My mother passed away. She was 98 and a half years old, so she lived a good, long life. Passed away on Thursday. The funeral will be the early part of next week, so if the doubleheader is still going on at 5 o'clock, I need to scoot. We'll leave the mic open, and maybe Bill will take over, or you can just hear Simon Falcon on the PA in the background. But normally the doubleheaders are concluded in 5 hours period of time. Yesterday we got done very quickly, as it was more of a pitching dominant doubleheader action yesterday. So our family is getting together later today to reminisce. So keep us in your thoughts and prayers. Here we go at the top of the second inning. Third baseman Zach Meyer will lead it off. Little equipment issue for Logan Grant. Making sure the strings on his catcher's mitt are nice and tight. He's ready. So is Easton Britton. Here we go with inning number 2. And that one clipped the jersey of Zach Meyer, so he'll get the freebie on the hit by pitch. First base runner for Waldorf, leading off the top of the second inning. Next up, the first baseman, Atticus Smith. We had fun talking about Atticus's first name yesterday, the connection to Kill a Mockingbird. So back for more action. He had a good game yesterday. In fact, he got the RBI that won it in the 8th inning for Waldorf in game number 2. On the outside corner, strike one call. Smith had a hit in each of the games yesterday. A double in the first, that game-winning single in the second one. Base runner at first, Meyer kind of dancing around over there. Easton Britton obliges him with the throw over. Shows bunt, puts it down up the third base line. It's a catcher, Logan Grant, popping out from behind the plate. The sacrifice bunt is successful. 2-3 on the play. Nice athletic play by Grant, popping out from behind the plate. Meyer advances to second, and the first base runner in scoring position as Ryan Webster, the left fielder, steps up. Webster hitting .302 on the season. RBI opportunity for him. Britton delivers, bounced up and through. That wild pitch will advance Meyer all the way to third base. Let's see how Bellevue head coach Dwayne Monlix decides to play his infield early. Normally you're going to play your infield at regular depth. trying to avoid the big inning. That looks like what the Bellevue team will do. Corner infielders come in just a little bit. It's Grade at third and Richardson at first. On the swing, a strike called, now 1-1. Same crew of knuckleheads as yesterday. Alec Ackerman running the scoreboard. Simon Falcon, the PA guy. Bill Mullins doing the live stats. And I'm Mick Krupski. Yammering in your ears for the next couple of hours. 2-1 the count of that high fastball. Webster with 18 runs batted in. His job here is to try to get something through the infield out to the outfield. Nice play by Grant to move to his right, keep that ball, breaking ball in the dirt in front of him. Now 3-1. Not a lot of room between home plate and the backstop, so a ball that gets through is not necessarily a scoring chance. You have to kind of see what happens. Normally you want about 60 feet or more to the backstop. Here we've got 45, maybe 50 at the top of the strike zone. The call will make it a 3-2 situation for Webster. Britton working from the stretch on the first base side of the pitcher's rubber. Comes set just above the belt and delivers. And that one is wide and low. 2 walks in the inning. A hit by pitch and a walk in the inning. Puts Waldorf runners at first and third. And the batter is the catcher, Robert Gurney. Gurney, a .269 hitter. This is the 29th game of the season for Waldorf. They have a 13-18 record overall. Showing bunt, pulls it back, a called strike at the knees. Head coach Joe Todges goes through a series of signs in the third base coaching box, trying to relay what he wants his batter and base runners to do. Gurney down 0-1, awaits the next pitch. Logan Grant sets up outside, snap throw over to first. The runner Webster back. More fans continue to come into the park today. Swing and a miss on a slow breaking ball. 1-2 the count. A sure sign of springtime. We got folks in shorts and sleeveless shirts in the stands. Even one halter top. That's not a distraction or anything. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Runner goes, shows bunt, back to the mound. Britton off the mound will go to home plate. On the rundown at third, the runner gets back safely. Meyer came halfway down the line. Britton tossed it to catcher Logan Grant. If he would have run at the water, the Bruins might have had a better situation there. Instead, for Gurney, he'll reach on the fielder's choice. And coming in as a courtesy runner is number 4. Nathan Westfield will be the courtesy runner. He'll be at first base. The bases are full of Warriors. So the Bruins looking to turn a double play. The corner infielders are in. Middle infielders are pinched at double play depth as Anthony Hibble will be the batter. Hibble, a .250 hitter on the season. Swing and a miss on a nice breaking ball from Easton Britton. Hibble had 1 hit in yesterday's doubleheader, trying to get his team on the board in the top of the second inning. Painting the outside black. Britton ahead 0-2. Would love a strikeout or a ground ball hit at a middle infielder. Britton comes set at the belt. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss. Great location on that pitch. Breaking off the outside edge. Hibble could not reach it. Second strikeout of the game for Easton Britton. And now the Bruin infielders will play back a couple of steps. They've got to force out at any base.
Next to the plate.
for Juan Jorge, the center fielder. Jorge awaits the pitch. Breaking ball on the inner half for a called strike one. Jorge only 175 on the season, but he had a couple of knocks yesterday. An RBI double in game number 2. And a single in game number 1. Swing and a miss. Nice sharp break on that slider from Britton. Ahead in the count 0-2. Let's see if Easton throws something off the plate trying to get Jorge to chase.
We had one kid call his curveball.
Warrior base runners at each base. Grant sets up off the outside edge of the plate. That's where the pitch goes. Jorge does not commit. Now 1-2 the count. Meyer at third, Webster at second, Westfield at first. As the wind will gust a little bit here. Grant wants the pitch to be up in the zone. Instead, it's got too much of the plate. Hit hard down the right field line into the corner. That'll be extra bases. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Westfield now trying to come into third. The relay is dropped, but Westfield puts on the brake, and he looks like he's pulled a hammy on the third base bag. He was limping towards third, and he's holding the back of his right leg, the upper part of his leg. So the courtesy runner will have to have a pinch runner come in, actually be a courtesy runner for the courtesy runner. He'll be helped. Westfield will be helped to the bench. Coming in to courtesy run for the courtesy runner will be number 13, and that is A.J. Toulouse.
He's still a courtesy runner.
Yeah.
When they come in for the pitcher, they catch for a courtesy. Yeah.
So you don't see it happen very often, but the courtesy runner needs a courtesy runner. So here we go. 2 runs come across on the double by Juan Jorge.
Next to the plate.
2-0 lead for the visitors from Forest City as they go back to the top of the order. Here's Davis Churchman. Struck out his first time up today. Churchman hitting .317 on the season. Breaking ball misses away. So ahead in the count, Easton Britton, 1-2 was the count, but got too much of the plate with that fastball, and a good piece of hitting by Juan Jorge to go with the pitch opposite way, right down into the right field corner. Fouled out of play right side. One ball, 1 strike. Bruins had a little difficulty getting the ball back in from Lacey to Staley, but with the injury to the base runner, it didn't hurt the Bruins any additional runs. Way inside, Churchman mad at himself that he didn't wear that one. Instead, a 2-1 count. Difficult thing to do when a fastball's coming at you, 80-plus miles an hour. On the outside corner, strike call, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. We're in the second inning. Doesn't get much deucier than that. Grant again with a nice defensive play, keeping that breaking ball in the dirt in front, and now the count is full. Base is not loaded, so the runners will not be going with the pitch. Fouled out of play. Churchman stays alive. Here's the pitch from Britton. And again, foul out of play, right side. Churchman fouling off several pitches to keep the count at 3-2.
There's really no training required.
Popped up. Trad Richardson over near the fence. He will not have a play as it gets out behind the Bruin dugout. So we'll do it over again. This will be the fourth 3-2 pitch from Easton Brinton to Davis Churchman. On its way, breaking ball, little number out in front of the plate. Logan Grant gets out there. His throw to first base will be in time, so 2-3 on the play to retire the side. But 2-run score in the inning on only one hit. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. So a hit by pitch and a walk, and then the single. The Warriors manufacture some runs and take a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Thank you to the person from the 808 area code who sent along a nice, a beautiful, actually, message in memory of my mom. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Bellevue fans know that this is my neighborhood park. I grew up on W Street, the south side of the field, so most of my childhood days growing up were either down here at the park playing baseball or at the playground up on top of the hill. So a lot of good memories of my mom coming down to my Little League games and joining us. And so it's sad that she's gone, but she had a wonderful life during her 98-plus years. All right, try not to get too teary-eyed here today, so focus on the game. But again, a thank you for your thoughts and prayers in her memory. Skylar Yarborough back to the mound for Waldorf as he gets ready for his second inning of work. He will face Nick Grade, Mathieu Sirois, Trad Richardson, and then maybe some more Bruins as well. They're the first 3 scheduled up. Here is Nick Grade.
Leading off for Bellevue, the third baseman, Nick Grade.
Grade with 11 home runs. That's the leader in that category. He also leads in slugging percentage, .829. That's getting a few extra base hits along the way. Fouls the first pitch at the plate. 11 home runs, 1 triple, and 4 doubles. Part of the collection of 29 hits for Nick Grade on the season to this point. Upstairs, 1-1. Yarborough looks in, gets the signal from Robert Gurney behind the plate, and delivers. Breaking ball in the zone. Nice movement down and towards Grade.
Just keep blaming it on your meds.
Happy Easter weekend. Happy Passover weekend. That pitch down low. Also part of the month of Ramadan. So the 3 main religions in this neck of the woods anyway, celebrating religious holidays this time of the year. That fastball off the outside edge. Full count on Nick Grade leading off the bottom of the second inning. The home team trail 2-0 after a 2 RBI double by Juan Jorge. Got Waldorf on the board first, and that one sails up and away. So Nick Grade becomes the second Bellevue base runner of the day, both of them reaching on walks.
Next at the plate, the left fielder,
Here's Mathieu Sirois playing left field today for the Bruins. He had the game winner, the walk-off in game number 1. Another one of those majestic 400-plus foot home runs to get the 3-2 win for the Bruins. Yarborough working from the stretch, delivers. Sirois takes it down low. Yarborough does average about a walk per inning. He's worked 19 innings on the season coming in and has walked 17. On that pace through the first 2. Long hold, now the delivery. Low again, 2-0. Sirois hitting .351. He's got a nice slugging percentage too, .676 with 7 long balls.
Couldn't tell you.
Just off the outside edge, now 3-0. Yes, the band Boston is out of Boston. This press box is full of all kinds of questions and conversations, so keeping you informed on the other end as well. Here's a 3-0 pitch. It's upstairs, a 4-pitch walk, so the Bruins have a little something going in the bottom of the second inning on back-to-back walks. Gray to second, Serwa to first. That'll bring up first baseman Trad Richardson, but first a visit to the mound from Warrior catcher Robert Gurney. These two schools have competed in baseball for a long time. They were formerly members of the Midland Collegiate Athletic Conference that disbanded 7 years ago, I believe, something like that. Now they're both members of the North Star Athletic Association. Bellevue leads the all-time series, 40 wins and only 4 losses.
After the 2015 season.
After the 2015 season, so you do the math there. But a long history of competition, dominated by the Bruins over the course of that time. 40-4 overall. Here's Trad Richardson. Let's see if the Bruins will be sacrificing here or allowing Trad to hit away early in the game. Trad shows bunt. Pitch on its way. Pulls the bat back. 1-0. So Yarborough having some control difficulty, walking the previous 2 batters, now falling behind Richardson. So Trad, if he does attempt a bunt, only bunt strikes. Third baseman Zach Meyer in from his position. First baseman Smith as well. Pulls back, called strike, the throw back behind. Nick Gray back safely on the head-first dive, covered up there by shortstop Damian Sanchez. 1-1 the count. Dwayne Monlich's running through all kinds of signs over there in the third base coaching box. Richardson steps back in. Gray at second, Serwa at first. Richardson down the right field side. Hibble a long way to go, and he won't make the play. It'll drop as he slides, trying to compensate for the win. Each base runner had to hold because it looked like it was a catchable ball. They'll all move up 90 feet. So Gray now at third, Serwa at second. Scored that as a base hit for Trad Richardson. Hibble had a long way to go on that, fighting the wind and the sun. So now the Bruins have the bases loaded, nobody out, and second baseman Drew Staley with a chance to do some damage. Drew hitting .342. Solid season for the senior infielder. First pitch swinging, hit in the air down the right side. Smith, the first baseman, heading toward the fence. Second baseman Churchman as well, but neither one going to be able to make the play just out of our camera shot. Chance for Drew to add to his total of 13 RBIs currently. Yarborough looks in and delivers the 0-1 pitch. Staley again fouled. This one a little further out of play. Down to the count, 0-2. Again, the infield in at the corners. Sanchez, the shortstop, trying to hold the runner at second. Churchman, the second baseman, swung over to the right side. Again, a foul ball. Staley looking to protect the plate. Make some contact with an 0-2 count.
It might be better than what we have.
Nice job there of extending his strike zone, getting a piece of the ball off the outside edge of the plate.
Pull up their video feed for you. Yeah, you can see a lot more with it.
Trying to lift something through to the outfield. Give the Bruins a chance to score either by the hit or a sacrifice fly. That one's popped up on the infield. If it's fair, it's an infield fly. Smith, the first baseman, drifting. He'll make the catch now in fair territory. So F-3 on the play. Runners can advance at their own risk, but they're obviously not going to, as the ball was caught by Atticus Smith. Here's shortstop C.J. Townsend, batting in the 9th spot for the Bruins.
Batting in the 9th spot, the shortstop, C.J. Townsend.
Same situation, trying to get something through the infield to the outfield. Same situation defensively for Waldorf, with the corner infielders in a bit. Lays off the high fastball.
Down 2-0.
The wind and the pitch. Breaking ball drops into the zone. 1-1 the count. Brutus the Bruin doing double duty today. He was here at the baseball game to start off his day. He's going to head a couple blocks away to Roy Smith Field, where the women's softball squad is in action today with a doubleheader as well. Bruins have the squeeze on. It's bunted down. The play at the plate is safe. The bunt got just far enough away. Catcher Robert Gurney went out and grabbed it with his bare hand, but couldn't quite get back in time. A heads-up base running play by Nick Grade coming down the line. It'll be an RBI for C.J. Townsend. Hit or fielder's choice there, Bill. Fielder's choice.
Back to the top of the order.
But the important part is the Bruins do get one run. Sirwai advancing to third, Richardson to second, Townsend at first, top of the order. Here's Kanta Kobayashi. Lefty-lefty matchup. Kanta takes the first pitch at the top of the strike zone, called strike one. Again, the corner infielders for Waldorf are pinched in a little bit. Inside, 1-1. Center fielder Juan Jorge playing Kanta slightly to pull, but the other two corner outfielders playing him slightly opposite field, so a little bit different alignment across the outfield.
That seems to work all right for him.
Kanta goes opposite field and through. It's a base hit. One run is in. Here comes the second. He'll be held by Monlux. So Kanta Kobayashi ties it with an RBI single going opposite way. Mathieu Sirwa comes down to score. Trad Richardson stops at third. C.J. Townsend at second. And Kanta on at first. We're tied 2-2. Here's Connor Barnett to give a chance for the Bruins to take the lead.
Number 12, Connor Barnett.
Yarborough looks in as Connor awaits. Lays off the high fastball. Good plate discipline by the Bruins DH. Outfielder when he's not injured. Inside, ball two. Connor has 16 runs batted in on the season in 67 at-bats. All-conference player last year, Gold Glove winner as well. Now in his third year with the Bellevue Bruins. Awaits, hits the ball into the right center field gap. That one's going to get down. Jorge gets it in front of the fence. 2 runs will score for the Bruins. And Connor Barnett comes through with a big 2 runs batted in single to make it a 4-2 score for the Bruins. Kobayashi advancing to third as Richardson and Townsend come across a 4 spot in this second inning for the home team. Catcher Robert Gurney goes out to signal his middle infielders what he's going to do on this first and third situation if Barnett tries to steal. Meanwhile, Jack Lacey awaits. He walked his first time up, the 8th batter of the inning for the Bruins. Fouled out of play right side. Jake with a wide open stance as Yarborough gets ready to deliver. A little bit more pronounced than I've noticed for him earlier in the season. Then he'll close it up when the pitch is on its way. There's the close, there's the swing, but comes up empty. Jake, the leading run batted in guy for the Bruins with 39. Barnett now with 18 after those two who just came in. That one's opposite field down the right field side. That one is going to get down. Hibble can't get there. Lacey rounding first on his way to second. Barnett over to third as Kanta Kobayashi scores the 5th run of the game for the Bruins. It's an RBI double for Jake Lacey. Well, the Bruins bats have come alive in this inning. More runs in this one inning than they scored in either of the games yesterday. The 5 spot in the second give the home team a 5-2 lead as Logan Grant steps to the plate. He'll be the 9th batter of the inning for Bellevue. One guy starting to warm up in the Waldorf bullpen down the third base side as runners in second and third for Grant. Up and away. So let's update Jake to a team leading 40 runs batted in. And his 10th double of the year, which also leads the team. Chop foul up the first base side by Logan. For Kobayashi, he got the RBI earlier. He's now at 20 on the season. The hold, the pitch. Grant a little flare to the left side. That's going to drop. 1 run is in. Here comes the 2nd run. The throw to the plate will be cut off. Good base running by the Bruins. Barnett scores first, and then Jake Lacey got a good read. He came around, so 2 runs batted in by Logan Grant. And we'll have a courtesy runner. Is that Takumi? Takumi Mieno will come in as the courtesy runner for the Bruins for catcher Logan Grant, who delivers the 2 runs batted in. For Grant, he's now at 36 runs batted in on the season. So the Bruins having a fun time in this bottom of the 2nd inning. The batter now is Nick Grade. Grade started it off with a walk, scored the 1st run of the game for the Bruins. Coming home on the play by C.J. Townsend. 1 ball, no strikes to count on Grade. All right, so he had 1 RBI for CJ's total. That takes him to 8 on the season. Runner goes on the hit and run. Line hard, but fouled on the right field side by Nick Grade. Takumi Mieno will have to head back to first. Seven runs in on the inning on 5 hits. That one's hit foul down the right field side. Singles by Richardson, Kobayashi, and Barnett. Doubles by Lacey and Grant, accounting for those 5 hits in the inning. Lead at first by Mieno. Fastball upstairs, throw back. Takumi back in plenty of time there on the swipe tag. It's first by Smith. Bruins only scored 7 runs total in the 17 innings yesterday. They're at that mark here in the 2nd. Runner goes, pitch up and away, throw to second, too high, not in time. Takumi Mieno with the stolen base. Courtesy running for Logan Grant. So for Takumi, that is now, I know he's in double digits, but let's find out exactly. He has 11 stolen bases on 15 attempts. Yarbrough looking in. Still just 1 out in the inning. Popped up on the infield. Shortstop, second baseman, who's going to take charge? It's the shortstop, and he won't make the play. The high pop off the field. The throw is dropped at third base. So we'll wait for Bill to make a decision on that one. A high fly ball on the infield. The shortstop, Damian Sanchez, looked like he was going to make the play, then started to drift as the wind got hold of it. And then Takumi did not have to advance, but he did. He's now at third. So E6 on the play, a ball that should have been caught on the infield. So the Bruins have runners at the corners once again, still just one out. Again, the signal from the catcher Gurney to his middle infielders what he's going to do as Mathieu Sirois steps in. Mathieu walked his first time up and scored on Kanta Kobayashi's hit earlier this inning.
That's how he plays. It's not a bad play if it works.
Popped up. If it's fair, it's going to be an infield fly. Atticus Smith in fair territory at first. He stays with it, and he'll catch it for the second out of the inning. Both outs of the inning have come on fly balls to Atticus Smith at first base. Again, this field sits in a natural bowl, a little bit of a valley. So those fly balls that get up above the hills, which are about 50, 60 feet high, that's when the wind has more of an effect. Next up, first baseman Trad Richardson, who singled his first time up today. Trying to keep the inning going. Low and away on the fastball. Richardson playing first base today, can also catch.
Not good for 2 innings.
Lays off that outside fastball. 2-0 ahead in the count. Trad, a sophomore, hitting .328 on the year. Yarborough comes set at the belt. Up and away. Now a 3-0 count. Richardson walked, I think, on a 4-pitch walk his first time up. It's 3-0 right now.
We need to get Manos back.
That one is on the heart of the plate, so the first pitch that Trad has seen in his 2 plate appearances. Tightens up his batting gloves. Now he'll be ready to swing out of his shoes if he finds a pitch he likes on this offering from Skylar Yarborough. Opposite field, that's going to drop for a base hit. 1 run is across. On his way to third is Grade. So an RBI single for Trad Richardson. Keeps the inning going for the Bruins. And now an 8th spot in this bottom of the second inning. So Takumi Mieno, the courtesy runner, scores on the play. Grade all the way to third. And Trad Richardson picks up his 18th run batted in of the year. And a visit from head coach Joe Todges to talk to his left-hander. That'll be the end of the line for Skylar Yarborough. The Bruins come up with 8 runs in the inning. I believe 7 of them are earned. As is called to the bullpen, we'll bring in a right-hander. Number 18 into pitch. Ryuya Kato, a junior right-hander from Tokyo, Japan, takes the mound. Ryuya Kato. Shuffling papers over here. There's the one I want. This will be the 6th appearance on the season for Kato. 1 win, 1 loss, 9 1/3 innings of work. He's allowed 10 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. A 3.86 earned run average for Ryuya 12 batters. Drew Staley coming up. He'll be the 13th batter of the inning for the Bruins as the base umpire alerts Cato of the base runner situation, and he gets ready to work. Drew flew out to first base his first time up this inning, trying to avoid that old curse. Don't want to make 2 outs in the same inning. First pitch, called strike 1. So Cato from Tokyo, Japan. Kanta Kobayashi also from Tokyo, Japan. That one's hit into the gap in left center field. However, it's going to be tracked down and dropped out of the glove of the left fielder. Another run across. Here comes the trailing runner, and it will be a play at the plate, not in time. So 2 more runs across on the play. Nick Grade scored easily from third. Trad Richardson chugged all the way from first as Drew Staley reaches on the E7. Second error of the inning against the Warriors.
Plate, the shortstop, CJ.
So no runs batted in on the E with 2 outs. As CJ Townsend steps to the plate. CJ had a fielder's choice and an RBI as that one bounces past the head of Dwayne Monlix at the third base coaching box. Base coaches now required to wear helmets while they're in the coaching box. That's been around probably 10 years or so now. And that hits Townsend in the back, so he'll reach on the hit by pitch. Oh, back to the top of the order. So here's the Tokyo matchup that I was alluding to earlier. Kanta Kobayashi at the plate against Ryuya Kato on the mound. Runners at first and second. That's Staley at second, Townsend at first. Kanta, first pitch swinging, a 2-hopper to Atticus Smith at first. He will grab it and step on the base, and the inning comes to an end. The Bruins go double digits. 10 runs in the bottom of the second inning. The scoreboard won't even hold them all. 10 runs on 6 hits. There were 2 errors and 2 men left on base. After 2 complete, the Bellevue Bruins 10, the Waldorf Warriors 2. Both these teams very solid on defense. That's why the 2 errors in the inning come as an aberration. Waldorf 963, their fielding percentage coming into today's action. The Bruins even better, 975. Bellevue last year at a 980 fielding percentage was tops in the NAIA. All right, I knew we had a couple of texts coming in during that big inning. From Big Sky Country out in Montana, got a photo sent with all kinds of snow on the ground out there at the Big Sky Ski Resort. I'm assuming that comes from Trad Richardson or one of the family or one of the other Montana folks listening in. I think the guys heard my text. Go Bruins. 27s and all Bruins fans. 27, Mathieu Sirois. Thanks again for listening up in Canada. Nice crooked number, Bruins, from the Townsends in still rainy Oregon. We're finally going to be able to be in Omaha in a couple of weeks to see some baseball and sing karaoke with that knucklehead, Alec Ackerman. Easton Britton back to the mound for his 3rd inning of work after that nice long rest where his teammates gave him an 8-run cushion. The first man he faces is the shortstop, Damian Sanchez. That one, did it hit his hand or the knob of the bat? Home plate umpire calls timeout. He's not awarding him first base, so yeah, it did hit the knob of the bat, so it'll be a strike on Sanchez. He was trying to work his way for a hit by pitch, but instead he'll have to put his ankle guard back on. 1-1 the count on the shortstop from Waldorf. He grounded out to Bellevue shortstop C.J. Townsend his first time up. Fastball just kept running in on him, and here we go with the next pitch. 2-1 the count. Short hop there by Logan Grant. Fouled out of play right off the handle. So Sanchez has hit one off the knob, now off the handle. Count evens up at 2-2. Sanchez, a junior from Riverside, California. Swing and a miss. Nice movement on that breaking ball from Easton Britton. The strikeout, his third of the game. Riverside in the Los Angeles area, a little bit east of there. Here's the Hawaii native, designated hitter, Tommy Capion. Lined out to center field his first time up today. On the outside corner. Home plate umpire, I'd say today, has a pitcher's strike zone. Been very consistent so far. Capion turns on that one. Fouls it up the third baseline, past the feet of his head coach, Joe Todges. Another one down the third base line. Foul backhanded by Nick Grade in foul territory, so count remains at 0-2. There we go. I stole your roster. Sorry, Bill. Breaking ball blocked up by Grant. 1-2 the count on Capion. Not a lot of seniors on this Waldorf roster, although Capion is one. Starting pitcher Mark Luna, another senior. We saw him yesterday. Davis Churchman at second base. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts by Easton Britton, now up to 4 on the game. Bill points out that Kanta Kobayashi, the only senior in the Bellevue lineup right now.
Drew Staley as well.
And now he apologizes to Drew Staley because Drew also in that senior class. Here's third baseman Zach Meyer. Fastball outside corner, called strike one. So the long layoff apparently has not hurt Easton Britton as he's come out and retired the first 2 of this inning by strikeouts. And ahead of Meyer here. A little flare second over the second baseman's head. That'll drop in right center field for the base hit. So a 2-out base runner will bring to the plate first baseman Atticus Smith. Smith sacrificed his first time up.
That's at the plate. First baseman.
Got the lead runner in the scoring position ahead of Juan Jorge's 2 RBI double. Britton working from the stretch. Chop foul at the plate by Smith. Smith, a sophomore from Kent, Washington.
Settle down.
On the outside, Black called strike 2.
Those kids couldn't handle you.
Kent at Smith at 5'9", not your prototypical big guy at first base, but handles the glove well.
Check out.
Chopped on the ground and through into the right field. Runner will hold at second base as Jake Lacey got to the ball quickly. So 2 strikeouts and now 2 singles. Put runners at first and second with 2 away, and that'll bring to the plate left fielder Ryan Webster.
Much more than they should be.
Webster walked his first time up today.
In the 6th spot.
Scored the second run of the second inning for Waldorf, which gave them a short-lived 2-run lead. Now they trail 10-2. But trying to close the margin here with a big 2-out base hit if Webster can deliver. Britton trying to prevent that from happening as he tosses a slider, swung on and missed.
The world's very small to Nebraskans.
I remember when I was growing up, Dizzy Dean and Pee Wee Reese were the 2 guys who did the weekly baseball broadcasts. And Dizzy always said swang instead of swung or swing. Swang again and comes up empty. Webster down 0-2. Eastern English teachers would always give Dizzy Dean a hard time because he didn't use proper grammar. So We'll try to use proper grammar here on the Bellevue Sports Network. 0-2 pitch.
Say what you want, you're not getting fired.
Now 1-2. Bill told me I can say whatever I want. I'm not going to get fired. So, job security, we'll take it. Britton trying to work out of trouble in the top of the third inning, enjoying an 8-run lead. Grant, the catcher, awaits. There's the pitch, foul out of play right side over the Bellevue bullpen. Sun shining brightly on this turf field. Bellevue's been able to play just about every game of the year that they've had scheduled here because of not much snow and above average temperatures. 2-2, bounces away from Grant, and no advance by the base runner, trailing by 8. Have to play it conservatively on the base paths. Bellevue played some February games here. February 25th was the first game at John Stella Field. This year, Briarcliff, the Bruins won that one 9-3. Bellevue is 17-2 on the season here at Brown Park. Again, the pitch in the dirt. Grant, another nice athletic play. Keeping that off his chest protector, keeping it in front. That'll take us to a full count on Ryan Webster. Robert Gurney awaits on deck should he get a chance. If Webster reaches. Runners go. The pitch is low. And now the bases are loaded. Meyer advances to third. Smith to second. Webster reaches on the walk. And here is catcher Robert Gurney. Shedding his shin guards. Now he'll head to the plate to have his hack. Reached on a fielder's choice his first time up today.
Catcher Robert Gurney.
Well, Britton struck out the first 2 in this inning, then hit, walk. Breaking ball, called strike 1, getting ahead. Gurney has 11 runs batted in on the year. 1-1. Ginger ale lemonade, the drink of the day today here. Pretty tasty. Little jam job off the handle of the bat. Nick Gray grabs it. Goes the short route to Drew Staley at second. And the second fielder's choice for Robert Gurney puts an end to the inning. No runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 3 men left on base. As we head to the bottom of the third, it's Bellevue 10 and Waldorf 2. Alex Salicio is also a senior. Thank you very much to the Townsends for letting us know that. The Luthers say, let's go Bruins, go, to be exact. Brendan on the injury list for a while. He's having an MRI, I understand, sometime today, I think, to give more details on his injury. Injured his hand about a week and a half or so ago in the game against Morningside. Hope to see him back in the Bruins lineup pretty soon once he's all healed up and ready to go. Bottom of the third inning, the Bruins get back to work. 15 batters went to the plate for the Bruins in the bottom of the second. Connor Barnett will lead things off in the bottom of the third against relief pitcher Ryuya Kato.
Yeah, Steve and I are going to ask him to see if he wants to do it for all the sports next year and make some money.
Barnett strides to the plate, had a 2-run single his last time up as part of that 10-run uprising. Connor, the Papillion native, went to Papillion La Vista High School. Papillion actually has 2 high schools, Papillion La Vista and Papillion La Vista South, the newer of the 2. Cato working from the stretch exclusively. Popped up to shallow left center field. Jorge, the center fielder. The easy catch for the first out of the inning. Juan Jorge on the play for Waldorf. Next up, Bellevue right fielder Jake Lacey. Lacey walked and doubled, got an RBI, and scored a run in that second inning. On the inside corner, called strike one. Just off the outside edge. It was 64 degrees when we started today's game at noon, up to 68 now on our way into the 70s, low to mid 70s, the expected temperature today. So springtime decidedly here. Supposed to have nice weather all week. Chopper up the middle. Sanchez is short hopping across the diamond. Makes the play. Damian Sanchez showing some good range and a quick release. Now 2 outs in the inning. Next up, Logan Grant. Logan had a 2 RBI double his last time up.
Cleanup spot, the catcher, Logan Grant.
With that double, will give him now a total of 6 doubles on the season. First pitch swinging, hit in the air to left center field. Jorge on the move over to the fence, and it's going to carry beyond the fence. Logan Grant with a solo home run. The wind may have helped that just a little bit. He doesn't care. We don't care. It's another run on the board for the Bellevue Bruins on the solo home run, the 3rd run batted in by Logan Grant today. So the Bruins offense continues to add numbers on the board for Logan. That is now his 5th home run and 37th run batted in.
The third baseman, Nick Gray.
My stat sheet is a scribbly mess right now. Here's third baseman Nick Gray, looks at a called strike one. Grant's home run over the left center field fence. That one's hit hard by Gray, a solid single to left field. Nick will head down the first base line, make a big turn, and then head on back as Ryan Webster gets it back into the infield. So 2 more hits on the inning for the Bruins. Take their total to 8 as Mathieu Sirois steps in. Mathieu walked and scored his first time up and popped out to first, his second. Low and away, ball 1 the count. Nick Gray, the runner at first, looking at the signs across the field to Dwayne Monlick's over in the third base box. On the knees, outer half, 1-1 to count. Again, Coach Monlick goes through his signs. Cato comes set at the shoulders. That pitch a little up, now 2-1 to count. Again the set, again the pitch. This time a called strike. Mathieu started his college career at Clarendon College. Second year now as a Bellevue Bruin. Runner goes, pitch low, throw to second base is high, and a stolen base for Nick Gray. Second stolen base of the game for the Bruins. Takumi Mieno got one earlier. Oh, Grade. Hey, he's doubled his stolen base total. Up to 2. Perfect 2 for 2 on the year. Sirois away to the plate. Hard hit ball down the third base line. It's fair into the corner. Grade will score easily from second. Mathieu Sirois will head around first and get to second base on the RBI double to keep the innings going and extend the Bruins lead 1 more. 12-2 our score. The 10-run rule does come into effect in these 9-inning contests after 7 innings. So Mathieu Sirois with another hit and another RBI. Now 24 runs batted in for Mathieu, and his fourth double of the year. Here's Trad Richardson. Upstairs. Trad's got a couple of hits on the day and 2 runs scored. 1 RBI as well. Throw back to second base. Sirwa back on the dive as Waldorf tried to put on the pick play.
So 16:20 has a program during the week from 6 to 8 called After Hours. It's mostly high school focused. But
12 runs on 9 hits thus far for Bellevue.
knows
2 of those hits off the bat of Trad Richardson. Like to go for the hat trick. Big swing there, but comes up empty on the foul tip into the catcher's glove. 2 balls, 1 strike the count.
to get some more involvement with Bellevue and stuff. I'm like, all right, well, here's my number. Have him give me a shout. And another about 2 months.
Cato looks in, gets the signal from Gurney.
And we are now
Trad hits it to left center field. Left fielder on the move. He won't get there. That's going to carry out of the ballpark. Trad Richardson with a 2-out, 2-run home run. And the Bruins continue to stretch their lead. Trad Richardson, the line drive type home run, got every bit of that one. He'll make the trip around the bases, a shake of the hand with Dwayne Monlix. And for Trad, that is his 5th home run of the season. And now 20 runs batted in, his 3rd RBI of the game. So the onslaught continues now 14-2 as the 4 runs in this inning have all come with 2 outs. Drew Staley at the plate. Ball 1, the pitch up high.
Oh, I know the name. I can't place him, but I've heard the name.
The Bruins had 3 home runs in the loss yesterday, the 5-4 Game 2 loss to Waldorf. They've put up 2 more home runs in this game, in this inning.
Some of that, I know he did have some.
On the inside part of the plate, called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on the Bruins second baseman, Drew Staley. Drew, the number 4 on his back, matching the number on his position. A little flare in the center field, and that'll drop for another base hit. Off the end of the bat. Didn't hit it hard, but hit it in a good spot. Hit it where they ain't, according to Wee Willie Keeler. And Drew Staley comes up with his first hit of the day, 1 for 3.
In the ninth spot, shortstop, CJ.
Here's shortstop, C.J. Townsend.
Getting tough to keep.
Townsend with an RBI. Also reached on a hit by pitch. Foul back to the screen.
Get Madison Nelson on there.
2 singles, 1 double, 2 home runs. That's the body of work for the Bruin batters. The last 5 that have come up have all reached on a hit. That one's hit well to left field by Staley. And that one will also go. Another line drive as Drew Staley will pick up 2 runs batted in as his 2-run home run, the 3rd home run of the inning, off relief pitcher Ryuta Cato. Bang, Drew Townsend steps on home plate. CJ with his 3rd home run of the season, and now he picks up his 3rd RBI of the game to go to 10 on the season. As we have action in the Waldorf bullpen once again. The horse may be out of the barn in this one as the Bruins back to the top of the order. 2nd consecutive inning that the Bruins will have batted around as Kanta Kobayashi, the 9th batter of the inning. We talked about this Tokyo matchup. First time it happened, now the 2nd time between the two. Cato won that one, getting Kanta to ground out. Ahead in the count, 0-1 here. Now 0-2, that pitch hits the inside part of the plate.
It's one of those post close loss.
Breaking ball stays outside.
Yeah, I would like to go.
Bellevue's been averaging 9 runs per game on the season. They've almost doubled that already in the 3rd inning. Conta on the ground to short. Sanchez gloves it across the diamond. A bang-bang play just in time to nail Conta Kobayashi and retire the Bruins in the bottom of the 3rd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more runs in the inning
6 runs.
on 5 hits.
Heading to the top of 4.
No errors and nobody left on base. After 3 complete, the Bellevue Bruins 16 and the Waldorf Warriors 2. A little bit different day at the plate for the Bellevue batters. 3 runs in game 1 yesterday, 4 runs in game number 2 on the split. Already 16 runs today. Yabba dabba doo Matthew. All right. Very good. So we've got some hubba hubbas and some yabba dabbas. So was that Yogi Bear yabba dabba doo? Thanks again to the Sakamotos listening in. Hubba hubba-ing and yabba doing. Yabba dabba doing, to be exact. A few more people have found their way into the ballpark this afternoon on a beautiful early April day. Uh-oh. Easton Britton holding his right leg after delivering that last warm-up pitch. And that will get head coach Dwayne Monlux and Tyler Komitcher out to look at the right-hander. Holding his right knee. I don't know if he landed funny and popped something or stretched something. Kind of hard to diagnose it from a couple hundred feet. Yeah, he's definitely not putting any weight on it, trying to stretch it out. Here comes Tyler with some of the tools of his trade in hand. I don't know if Easton has had any previous knee injuries or knee problems, but I think he's got one now. Looks like he's going to maybe...
He didn't have anywhere to be tonight, right?
Yeah, sip. Oh, he's a little... Could it be a cramp? I don't know. Looks like he's trying to get some fluids into his body. It's a nice day. It's not what you'd call a warm day, but at this point, we've got a little temporary stoppage to deal with starting pitcher Easton Britton. Looks like he's going to try to stay in. He'll be allowed a couple more warm-up tosses here. And he threw the warm-up pitch and then just stayed down on that one knee. He'll give it a couple of warm-ups here and see.
Yeah, they did their pitching yesterday. They were very good. He said that he could take one of these runs from yesterday today and put them in yesterday. Yeah.
Looks like Easton's going to give it a go. The 6'1" junior right-hander from Murray, Utah. Now he's going to get an extra stretch from Tyler, so maybe it's a cramping issue.
We signed a contract with 16.
No, Tyler Komitcher getting his work today. His wife and kids at the ballpark again today. Glad to see you having fun. Got 3 little ones all under the age of 3, so mom and kids are having a fun time playing while dad hard at work taking care of these Bruins student athletes. While we have this pause, let's take a look at the current North Star Athletic Association baseball standings. Dakota State in first at a 14-0 record. Bellevue drops to second place with 13-1 after splitting the doubleheader yesterday. Waldorf is in third at 8-6. Viterbo 6-8. Mayville 6-7. Dickinson 4-9. Valley City 4-10. And Presentation 0-14. All right, Easton Britton's going to give it a go. He will face right fielder Anthony Hibble to start off the top of the 4th inning. That one bangs off the helmet of Hibble. That's why you wear them. And on the hit by pitch, he'll head down to first base. A glancing blow off the top of the helmet. Not one of those that make you see stars, although it's never fun to get hit anywhere in the head. Hibble goes down to first base, and the batter will be center fielder Juan Jorge. 8-9-1 part of the order for Waldorf in this top of the fourth inning. Jorge showing bunt back to the mound. Fielded by Britton. Takes a level time getting rid of it. And it'll be an infield single for Juan Jorge, who's hustled down the line. Maybe trying to take advantage a little bit of that injury situation for Britton. It works, so the first two have reached for Waldorf in the top of the fourth inning. Back to the top of the order, second baseman Davis Churchman.
She looked at the scoreboard and said we need to fix that. Well, you can't see
That one gets away from Grant on the cross-up.
I can't see it at all because it's right off black. Pass ball.
Pass ball will be the official ruling on that. A catchable ball, but those situations kind of make you think there's a cross-up on the signal with the runner at second base. So runners at second and third, the Bruins will play it pretty much straight up across the infield. Third base and first baseman in line, so maybe a step or two in front. If they get a one-hopper, they can prevent the run from scoring. Breaking ball misses inside. 2-0 the count on Davis Churchman.
Hit a guy and couldn't go behind it.
Outside. Now 3-0, so Easton Britton trying to gut through the performance. He'd love to get through 5 innings to get the win, but obviously a little bit hampered with that leg injury. Upstairs, so a 4-pitch walk, a hit by pitch, a single, and a walk for the first 3 batters in this inning. Bruins have some bodies moving down in the bullpen. Bruins double play depth on the infield. Damian Sanchez, the batter. Sanchez 0 for 2. Over to Richardson at first. He'll knock it down, step on first base. 3 unassisted on that play. Anthony Hibble will score from third. So it's an RBI for Damian Sanchez. Juan Jorge advances to third. Davis Churchman to second. Bruins possibly had a chance at a double play, but Richardson bobbled it momentarily. Then he took the sure out. That's the smart thing to do in that situation. Here's Tommy Capion, the Warrior designated hitter. He's 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. Fouled back to the net. Had a good cut on the high slider. Dwayne Modluck's doing the ball boy duty there. Good hustle, coach. 0-1 the count on Capion. He's 0 for 2 as well. No hits for the first 3 batters in the lineup in the first 3 innings. That one slips a little bit out of the hand of Britton. 1-1 to count.
We like to live dangerously this year. Hey, they got to run this in.
That RBI for Sanchez is his 19th of the season. Breaking ball popped up. Will it stay in play? Logan Grant heads out. Here comes Grade from third. It's Logan who stays with it and makes the play. Again, those balls that get up that high, they're going to be affected by the wind. But a good job by Grant to take charge there, looking up into the sun, dealing with the wind, making the play in fair territory for the second out of the inning. Well, the Bruins could get out of this one with only giving up 1 run if Easton Britton and teammates can retire Zach Meyer. Meyer's hit by a pitch and singled, so he's been on base both times previously. Chopped off his front foot in the batter's box. Strike 1 to count.
There's also 2 outs, by the way.
Britton shakes off, not once, not twice. Now has the pitch selection he wants, comes set at the belt and delivers. Nice movement on that one downward. 2 strikes to count on Meyer.
Did that Bellevue East that one time? One of the cross-country guys did it. Scoreboard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't hire cross-country people to do much.
Fouled out of play, 0-2 remaining. Oh, earlier Bill gave me a stat that Bellevue is 25-1 when Jake Lacey gets a hit in the game. Well, Jake's got a hit today in the Bruins with a 13-run cushion. Lined hard, but right at Drew Staley, who will make the catch to retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, it's Bellevue 16, Waldorf 3. Waldorf has had base runners on in 3 of the first 4 innings, but they have stranded 7 in that span. As head coach Joe Todges talks to the home plate umpire, so we may see some more changes for the Waldorf lineup. We'll have a pitching change as a southpaw will come on in. Number 34 is the new pitcher. Gabriel Jaramillo, the new pitcher for Waldorf. Jaramillo on the mound, 34. He'll take over in relief. So Ryuya Cato's day is done. Third pitcher of the day, second reliever, coming on after starter Skylar Yarborough didn't make it through the second inning. 2, 3, 4 part of the Bruin lineup will be up for this bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be the 4th time through the order in the 4th inning, so that's always a good indication that the Bruins have a lot of crooked numbers up on the board. 10 runs in the second, 6 more in the third. 16-3 our current score. And again, the 10-run rule would apply after 7 innings, should the Bruins be able to maintain their lead of double digits or more. Go Bruins from the McMahons on the hill at Big Sky. Okay, so that's who sent the picture of Big Sky Resort. The McMahons, Parker McMahon's family out there enjoying a day of skiing up in the Rocky Mountains of Montana. As we get ready, here is Connor Barnett to lead off the inning. Breaking ball stays upstairs. All right. Again, I can take text messages. I can't take phone calls. Somebody's been calling occasionally today, so if you're listening and trying to phone call, I can't answer those while we're broadcasting. Strike called as Connor Barnett unable to check his swing. 1-1 the count on the Bruins DH. Lays off that breaking ball, 2-1. Barnett 1 for 3, a 2 RBI single in the second inning.
Oh, no, they're not live until 2 o'clock. I have no idea.
That one's hit to the air to center field. Juan Jorge going back at the warning track, and he'll make the catch about 1 step shy of the fence. So Connor Barnett hit it to the deepest part of the park, but couldn't get it quite far enough. Couple Cheerios short of a home run in his breakfast bowl today. Here's Jake Lacey. Jake 1 for 2 with an RBI as part of that 10-run second. There goes another one. That one is deep to left center field. And bang, in between a couple of cars out there. Another tape measure shot by the Bruins, this time off the bat of Jake Lacey. Back to the stat sheet to let you know as Jake rounds the bags, helmet taps with his teammates. For Jake Lacey now, 7 home runs on the year and 41 runs batted in. That'll up his slugging percentage as well. So the Bruin bats continue to light up more numbers on the scoreboard. Here's catcher Logan Grant. At this point of the game, everybody in the stands and then the Bruin bench are saying, oh, we should have had a couple of these runs yesterday.
I honestly don't know.
Bruins winning game 1 by 1 run, losing game 2 by 1 run. Low and away.
It just shorts your guys a ton of at-bats if you're doing a good team.
Logan a home run his last time up. So the Bruins now with 4 home runs in this game. That one's going to be a solid hit to right field for the base hit. Hibble, the right fielder, comes on to play it on one hop as Logan Grant again on base. Been on base 3 of the 4 times he's been up. As he picks up his 3rd hit of the game. He's a triple shy of the cycle. This is not an easy park to get a triple in, but hey, that would be something to think about his next time up as Takumi Maeno comes in as the courtesy runner for the catcher Grant. Here's third baseman Nick Grade. Nick's been up 3 times and on 3 times. A walk, reached on an error, and a single.
Third baseman, but I think he might have, but he'd be wrong.
Ball in the dirt, blocked up nicely by Robert Gurney.
Or do you mean the one on first? Oh, yeah.
We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Yesterday's 9-inning contest got done in an hour and 42 minutes. We're at the hour and 27 mark, and we're in the bottom of the 4th here with all these runs up on the board. 2-0 the count on Grade.
I'm sure you're not already looking at it. I was going to have to order
17 runs on 13 hits thus far for the Bruins. Popped up on the infield. Now floating out into right. Churchman goes back. Hibble comes on, and it's off the glove of Hibble. Takumi Maeno had to hold up, waiting to see what was going to happen, so he'll get to second base. As Nick Grade reaches on the base hit. Again, the wind-aided base hit. So Bruin runners at first and second.
There was the one behind.
1 out in the inning, 1 run already across. Here's Mathieu Sirois. Mathieu has been on a couple of times, including an RBI double his last trip. Down low.
I mean, if he can get under the ball, and I mean, he wasn't can't, but he was pretty much done moving. Yeah. Like this, yeah. No reason not to catch that.
He waits on the pitch, drives it to left center field. That has some carry, and it's the 5th home run of the game for the Bruin batters. Rocketing the ball out of John Stella Field at Brown Park in every inning but the first. 3 runs batted in for Mathieu on that one. Another strongly hit ball off the bat of Sirois. Au revoir, Sirois, Bill told me to say on his next home run. So, au revoir, Sirois. 8th home run of the year, and now 27 runs batted in. Here's first baseman Trad Richardson. Bounced off the body of the catcher, Gurney. 20-3 now our score. Some of the home runs have been wind-aided, but some have. That one was not. That's another one in the 400-foot category by Mathieu Sirois. Strike call, outer half. Trad has 3 runs batted in on the day, including a home run and 2 singles. So a perfect 3-for-3 day for Richardson. That one's hit well to center field. Juan Jorge has it tracked, however, as he moves to the right field side, and he'll make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning.
This is starting to turn into like mid-2000 baseball again.
Here's Drew Staley. Drew singled his last time up and scored a run. I'm going to verify it here, but I think every Bruin batter has at least 1 hit today. Yes, indeed, all 9 have had at least 1 hit. The pitch called strike 1 on the delivery from Gabriel Jaramillo.
They're not a terrible team. Midweek, everything weird stuff happens. UConn lost to Columbia midweek.
Another breaking ball popped up on the infield. Atticus Smith calling for it from his first base position, and he'll glove it to retire the side. That's the 3rd or 4th fly ball caught on the infield by Atticus Smith at first base. 1, 2, 3, 4 more runs. for the Bruins on home runs by Lacey and Sirois and singles by Grant and Grade. So 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors, nobody left on the bases. Big numbers on the board. The Bruins 20 and the Warriors 3. Bringing out a song from the disco area, huh, Alec? All right. Kung Fu Fighting. All right, looks like the Bruins have a change defensively. Takumi Maeno will go into right field. Jake Lacey will move back to left field, and Takumi Maeno will go into right field.
Lineup change for the Bruins. Now in right field, Takumi Maeno. And in left field, 21, Jake Lacey.
I'm assuming that Takumi is in for Mathieu Sirois' spot, but we'll confirm that next time around. As Easton Britton back to work.
What are the chances he's going to hit 2?
Ball 1 on the first pitch
Today
to Atticus Smith, leading off the top of the 5th inning. Now 2-0 the count. Smith, a sacrifice bunt his first time up, then a single his second time around. There's a pitch on the knees for the called strike, 2-1 the count. 20 runs on 18 hits for the Bruins, 3 runs on 4 hits for the Warriors. Chopper, backhanded play by Staley, deep at second base. The throw to first is not in time. That'll be an infield single for Atticus Smith, so he'll pick up his second hit of the game. Drew set his body nicely, but just couldn't get it to first in time. The speed of Atticus Smith comes up with a base hit. Next up, left fielder Ryan Webster. Webster's walked both times he's faced Easton Britton today. Pitch a little bit up. Again, all 9 of the Bruin batters have at least 1 hit on the game. That one stays up as well. Easton trying to get through this 5th inning of the 9-inning scheduled contest. There's a strike on the outer half. 2-1 the count on the Waldorf left fielder. Chopped hard and through the hole into left field. So the first 2 up have reached in this top of the 5th inning. That'll bring to the plate the catcher, Robert Gurney. Or maybe a pinch hitter. Looks like we will have a pinch hitter. All right, batting for Waldorf, number 11. It'll be Matthew Ferreira to bat in the catcher's spot.
Pitch hitting for the Warriors, number 11.
Gurney grounded into fielder's choices both times up, so Matthew Ferreira will bat here. Ferreira, a senior from Spring Creek, Nevada. Breaking ball for a called strike 1 as Britton gets ahead. Obviously not going to sacrifice here, down by 17 runs. So the Bruins defense looking for a ground ball, double play ball here if they can get one. Fouled against the netting in front of the third base dugout.
So what are they doing? Last weekend, one of them came down and played at North Platte. Again, North Platte.
Ferreira hitting .204 on the season for Waldorf.
Took in the Buffalo coach.
Bounced off of Grant, picks it up to throw to third base. A little bit off the mark. And on the wild pitch, both base runners will advance. Grant did a good job of keeping it in front. The throw, however, pulled Nick Grade into foul territory, which allowed Atticus Smith to get into the backside of the base. So the Bruins will play regular depth on the infield. They'll trade a run for an out here. Still nobody out in the inning. The pitch, breaking ball down low. 2-2 the count.
Like Western North Dakota, like Banana Belt, southwest portion. Where Dickinson's at.
And now a step off by Britton, his first. Now he's back to work. Trying to get a strikeout here if he can. Way wide, backhanded by Grant. Full count on the pinch hitter, Matthew Ferreira. Payoff pitch, foul out of play. We'll do it again. Long look in by Easton to Logan, and now the pitch. Off the outside corner, so the walk will load the bases. Again, the Bruins trying to get Easton through this fifth inning, so he'll get credit for the win, giving him a little extra opportunity. Now an infield fly situation on a pop-up as Anthony Hibble steps in.
Right fielder, Anthony Hibble.
Hibble was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the fourth. Outside once again. Logan Grant getting a workout, keeping those pitches in front of him today. There's a strike call on the outside corner.
You throwing me a freebie today?
Yeah, we'll see.
Hey, you agreed to do opening round. I can't be upset at whatever else you do.
The set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Popped up to right field. Takumi Mieno over there into the gap to make the catch. Where's his throw going to go? It'll be into the cutoff man. Deep enough for the sacrifice fly. Anthony Hibble will add one to his total as Atticus Smith comes in from third. Other two base runners hold their spots. One out in the inning. As the 9-hole hitter, center fielder, Juan Jorge steps up. Jorge, a perfect 2 for 2 today. A 2-run double in the second and a single in the fourth. Good production from the 9 spot for Waldorf.
That's why.
Swings and misses at the first pitch fastball.
No, I was just saying if they were one of the ones that wanted photos to get the money up front. Yeah. Cash.
Sun continues to shine, wind continues to blow. Popped up again, almost the same spot. Takumi Mieno is going to set up and make the catch, and his good throw into the infield will again hold the runners at their respective bases. Webster at second and Ferreira at first. So back to the top of the order. Davis Churchman, the second baseman, steps in.
Back at the top of the order for the Warriors, the second baseman,
Full 40, man.
Davis Churchman.
Several guys with the old school stirrup look.
Mac had a good story about you.
Churchman is one. First pitch comes up empty on the slider from Brinton.
Yeah.
0 for 2 is Davis. Did walk his last time up. Fourth time through the order against starter Easton Brinton. Another breaking ball. That one's chopped up the third base line in foul territory.
I'm not citizen. I can't get the prescription. And just bullshit.
So Brinton ahead in the count, 0-2.
Like, I can't get NIL money, I can't get prescription.
No, yeah. No, but it was just a lot. He was just like having fun, like cracking up to himself.
A couple years ago, the college was straight. Florida comes in before him. And
Britton looks the runner back to second, delivers. Again, a nice job moving his feet to the right side by catcher Logan Grant.
next year, Florida guys there. So I have a couple games into it. He's sitting on the bench, and I'm watching back before the game, and I'm going, still the highest number, huh?
Swing and a miss, gets through the catcher, plays the carom off the backboard, and the throw down to first base is in time. So the strikeout retires the side after the throw to first. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. So the inning started off very promisingly for Waldorf, but they only pick up 1 and now trail by 16, 20-4 our score.
Hi there. I've called essentially every day for the past 3 days. I left a message on the bond. I called, and now I can't get a hold of anybody because the office has been closed the last 2 days. But according to Walt and Briscoe, he said he contacted him pretty soon. And he goes, hey, I gotta go to take care of the music. So I would like to talk to them in person, make sure it's squared away and they know the songs we want, they know the mornings, how they agree and all that. So,
He shows up at these celebrity events. He doesn't say where he's doing. That's awesome, man. Because you're so many
right, yeah. I'll have to check with her on that, but like right now I'm doing the broadcast, so I got to get back to it. I'll check with her in between games, okay?
Leading off for BU, the shortstop, CJ Townsend.
I don't care, but sure. Sure. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Oh,
Okay, back to the action in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Bruins. Sorry, had to take care of a personal matter there regarding my mom's funeral. Here we go with C.J. Townsend facing reliever Gabriel Jaramillo. Off the end of the bat in a shallow left field. Shortstop going out, left fielder coming in. It'll find the perfect spot right in between them. And a base hit for C.J. Townsend. For C.J., his 2nd hit of the game, including that 2-run home run last time.
changes. 3 into play 3rd in the 4th spot. 5 went to catcher. 11 stayed in and plays first.
The center fielder.
Okay, we'll try to catch that here in a minute. Is Kanta Kobayashi. Do what you need to do, and I'll just kind of look over your shoulder there. Kanta Kobayashi, the next batter up for the Bruins, as the Warriors have made several defensive changes. Rivera now in at 3rd base for Zach Meyer. As the Bender comes in low. Matthew Ferreira will stay in the ball game. He'll be playing first base. And it looks like pretty much all the changes that we have. The walk to Kobayashi. Thank you, Bill. Again, the Bruins with base runners. Bellevue's had base runners in each of the first 5 innings. Only inning they did not score was the first. And a pinch hitter for the Bruins here, number 36, is Eric Anderson. Takes over the DH spot.
36, Eric Anderson.
Anderson, a local guy from Bellevue, played his high school ball at Bellevue West. get the pinch hit opportunity right now.
You should be able to recruit at a much higher level than they do.
Anderson hitting .289 on the year.
Outside of UConn, no one will be.
2 of his hits were long balls.
Thought they did the year before UConn.
First pitch from Jaramillo is low. Second inning of relief work for Gabriel Jaramillo. Skylar Yarborough started. Ryuya Kato came in as the first reliever in the second inning. And now it's Jaramillo. A little number up the third base line. Third baseman charging to throw across the diamond is just in time. Nice play by the third baseman, Luis Rivera, just into the game defensively. He'll retire Eric Anderson.
Out the plate, the right fielder, Jake Lacey.
Next up, Jake Lacey. Jake now in left field. He went yard his last time up.
I don't either.
Hits it hard, but right at the shortstop. Sanchez, a throw to second base on the try to double up. But Kobayashi getting back in time. So a hard hit ball, but an atom ball. So Townsend remains at third. Kobayashi at second. And now batting for the Bruins, another pinch hitter. This will be number 32, Gage Julin. Will take over behind the plate. First year in the Bellevue program for Gage. Hitting .333, 2 for 6 in limited action. So 2 on, 2 out as Julin awaits the pitch from Jaramillo. Backdoor breaking ball for a called strike 1. And we've got a new catcher for Waldorf. Number 5. Thank you, Bill. That is Atticus Smith behind the plate. Moved over from first base, the ground ball to second. Davis Churchman handles that. And Gage Julin is retired for the final out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. 5 innings in the book. It's the Bellevue Bruins 20 and the Waldorf Warriors 4. We will have a call to the bullpen for the Bellevue Bruins. Coming into the game for the home team, number 44, Jared Eifler, will step to the mound, replacing Easton Britton, who worked 5 complete innings. So Easton Britton in line to pick up the victory today. For Jared Eifler, the junior right-hander, this will be his 10th appearance on the season. 1 win, no losses, 1 save for Jared. 14 1/3 innings of work on the season. He has allowed 13 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, has walked 4 and struck out 10, a 3.77 earned run average. The Bruins' entire pitching staff has worked at a 4.40 earned run average on the season. They've allowed an average of 4.5 runs per game to the opponents, while the Bruins offense has averaged double that, 9.0 runs per game. So Jared Eifler will come on in the 6th inning, hoping to get a couple innings to shut this one down for the Bruins. Obviously not a save situation with a 16-run differential, and the Bruins hoping only 2 more to go. Looks like we've got Cade Sakamoto at first base for the Bruins. Well, assuming he is hitting in Trad Richardson's spot. Cade, versatile player, can pitch, can play first base, pinch hit. Looks like the rest of the defense for the Bruins stays as it is. as we get ready for the top of the 6th inning. Leading it off will be the shortstop, Damian Sanchez. Sanchez was a first-team all-conference player last year. Good glove man, good bat man. As Jared Eifler a couple of stretches. Little grab of the rosin bag, and he's ready to go. First pitch from Eifler, swung on and chopped foul by Damian Sanchez. Waldorf on the season. They average 5.9 runs per game, and they give up 5.9 runs per game. Pitch from Eifler, way wide, 1-1 to count. Part of their 13-18 overall record. Breaking ball up and in. 2-1 the count on Sanchez. Oh, hello, watch out in the dugout. That line shot rattled around the dugout as Sanchez way ahead of that pitch. And since I announced Cade at first base, we got another Hubba Sakamoto. Glad you were paying attention there. Chop foul. And the pitch. Again, a nice athletic play by Gage Julin, picking right up where Logan Grant left off. Julin kind of a bigger body guy, but just as agile back behind the plate. Chopped on the ground to short. C.J. Townsend across the diamond, picked by Sakamoto at first. 6-3 on the play, and the first out of the books in the top of the 6th inning.
Stepping up to the plate, designated hitter, Tommy Capion.
Here's Tommy Capion with one out in the 6th inning. Foul back to the net. Eifler working ahead. Possible parade of pinch hitters when the Bruins come to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning with this big lead. Cut fastball by Eifler upstairs, 1-1 the count. Fouled out of play, right side. Good pop on the fastball from Jared. Oh, I guess it stayed in play, just hit the top of the net, bounded back onto the field of play. Into the glove of Cade Sakamoto. Way to be alert out there. He says something to the first base umpire that makes him chuckle. 1-2 the count on the Warriors' designated hitter. Sweeping breaking ball goes wide. Jared does a little grooming of the mound with his spikes. Chop foul. Jared, a little taller pitcher, so his landing spot, a different location than that of the starter, Easton Britton. Even though it is a field turf field, the mound, the carpet, and the pebbles underneath, the pellets underneath, sometimes get pushed around a little bit, affects the landing point. Again, the foul, again into the dugout. As Tommy Capion gets everything into his swing, lost his balance coming out of that one. Now he's back in. And again, Jared Eifler delivers from the windup, stays wide. Count will go full. Capion looking for his first hit of the day today. 0 for 3. Again, a foul ball down the third base line past his head coach, Joe Todges. Capion was a second-team all-conference player last year. One hopper over to Drew Staley at second base. Drew will handle that one easily. And now 2 outs on the inning. Both of them on ground balls to Bellevue middle infielders. Here's Luis Rivera hitting for the first time today. He came in defensively last inning for Zach Meyer at third.
Off the plate, number 3, Luis Rivera.
Rivera hitting .313 on the year in limited action. This is his 14th game. Strike one ball on the first pitch. Chopper again, Drew Staley's way, has to charge that one and makes the play. Back-to-back Drew Staley's. A 3-up, 3-down, top of the 6th innings for the Waldorf Warriors. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, the Bruins maintain their huge lead, 20-4. Let's keep those sticks on fire. Go Bruins. The boys are ready for some Bruin wins. From the 406 area code, everybody attired in Bellevue Bruin T-shirts and polos. Good to see, wearing the colors. Thanks for sending that along today. Another pitching change for the Waldorf Warriors. Now on the mound, number 31, that's Cade Hobbs.
Any relation to Roy?
Yeah, we're not sure if a relation to Roy Hobbs.
Now on the hill for the Warriors.
But we know that Cade is coming on in the bottom of the 6th inning to face the Bellevue Bruins. It'll be the middle part of the lineup. We'll see if Dwayne Monlux adds some pinch hitters. He's got his lineup card in hand, so we can assume that.
Center fielder's playing short.
All right, so we've got some defensive changes. Juan Jorge now at shortstop.
Hibble's in center.
Hibble moves to center.
13's in right.
A.J. Toulouse is in right field. So we'll put A.J. Toulouse here in the 8-hole. And we'll see if we've got other changes coming up. Meanwhile, on the Bellevue Bruin offensive side, leading off the inning, here's Nathan Springer to lead it off, hitting in the spot for Nick Grade. So Nathan for Nick.
Hitting for the Bruins, number 5, Nathan Springer.
Pretty sure there's a new field. I'll get you number when I can.
All right, so Nathan Springer hitting 125 on the year. Takes the first pitch from Cade Hobbs upstairs. Called strike one, evens the count at 1-1. Hobbs from the stretch, chopped through the middle, diving stop by Sanchez, gets up and throws a sidearm sling across his body in time to rob Nathan Springer of a base hit. Highlight reel play there by the shortstop, Damian Sanchez. Oh, that's not Damian Sanchez at second. As the fielder turns around, we see his number is 8. That's Juan Jorge. So Juan Jorge moved from center field Over to shortstop to make the play there to start the inning.
Number 25, Takumi Maeno.
Here's Takumi Mieno at the plate for the Bruins. His first time up today. Like possibly a knuckleball there from Cade Hobbs. It's upstairs. Late on the swing. Takumi hitting an even 200 on the year. Tied with Kanta Kobayashi for steals. Team leads in steals with 11 bags on the year. Fouled back to the net. Karam's back toward home plate. Now 1-2 the count on Maeno. Fukuoka, Japan, the hometown of Takumi. Next pitch, bounce to the plate. Again, the knuckleball. That one comes in tight, and the count goes full. Bruins 20 runs on 19 hits, no errors. 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors for Waldorf. Popped up in the air to right center field. A couple of outfielders working their way there. It'll be the right fielder who will make the play. Two outs in the innings now. I think that's A.J. Toulouse out there in right field making the play, but there's been so much movement, who knows. Here's Cade Sakamoto, his first appearance at bat today, coming in at first base in the last inning. Called strike one on the first delivery from Hobbs. Cade hitting 167 on the year, 1 for 6. Swing and a miss on that one, down 0-2. Cade, the senior out of Bakersfield, California. Little chopper off the edge of the bat, down the third base line. Throw to first, not in time. Cade Sakamoto legs out an infield single. Kind of skewed off the top of the bat. Luis Rivera charged to try to get there, but his throw not in time. That will mean another pinch hitter up for the Bruins. Aaron Gardner will bat for Drew Staley.
Pitch hitting for BU.
So the 5th consecutive pinch hitter or substitute in for the Bruins. Aaron, just a freshman, looking for his first hit of the season. 4 official at-bats. Popped in the air to right center field. Long way to go for any of the fielders, but again, the right fielder will come in and make the play to retire the side. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base.
1 hit.
As we head to the top of the 7th inning, unless
Into the top of the 7th.
Waldorf can score 7 runs, this game will end early with the run rule. And another call to the bullpen for the Bruins. Jared Eifler will be done after 1 inning of relief. He'll give way to Zane Layden. Number 3, Zane Layden will work an inning here. Zane, a 5'10 freshman from Firth, Nebraska. Played his high school ball at Firth Norris. This is Zane's 5th appearance on the season, no record. In 6 1/3 innings of work, he's allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So Zane comes in with a 1.42 earned run average, trying to shut the door and get us ready for game number 2. Bruins with a 20-4 lead. Bruins have been over the 20 mark in runs scored at least 3 times this year. They did it against Warner. They did it against Valley City. They did it against Dickinson State, and now again today against Waldorf.
Second base for Bruins.
Aaron Gardner will stay in to play second base. Julian goes to third. Nathan Springer will be behind the plate. And it looks like Eric Anderson out in right field. I think we got the defense all squared away. First pitch from Zane Layden, fouled out of play by Atticus Smith. Started the game at first base, finishing up at catcher. Was I right about Anderson in right field? Still Takumi? Okay. I thought I saw 6 when he turned around, but at the top of the zone, called strike 2. Here's the point of the game where the strike zone can expand a little bit, nose to the toes. So you better be ready to swing. Here's the pitch to Smith. In tight. Did that get him? It got a piece of Atticus Smith. He'll trot down to first base on the hit by pitch. All right, now batting, we've got a courtesy runner coming in for the catcher. That is number 10, Gage Miller, the courtesy runner.
Pinch hitting for the Warriors, number 9, Ryan.
And a pinch hitter at the plate, Ryan Miller, hitting for Ryan Webster. So a Ryan replaces a Ryan. Miller for Webster. Strike 1 on the first pitch from Zane Layden. Well, Ryan Webster was up 3 times, on 3 times, 2 walks and a single. Now it's Ryan Miller, little chopper. Gardner fields it, the flip to Townsend at short, the play at first, in time. The Bruins turn the 4-6-3 double play. Kind of a slow hop on that one, but Gardner with a quick release and Townsend with a quick release and strong throw. Bang, bang, play at first to retire Ryan Miller. The batter is Matthew Ferreira, his second time up, walked his first trip up, hitting in the 7th spot. Strike 1, Layden works ahead. Kind of a 3/4 sidearm delivery there by Layden. Goes wide. Well, the Bruins with 3 catchers today. Logan Grant got 5 innings. Gage Julian got 1, and now Nathan Springer behind the dish. Fouled up the first base side. Warriors down to their final strike. Line. Nice catch by the first. Oh, nice drop by the first base coach over there. Getting a little grief from the Bellevue side. Not sure if that's Casey Claflin or Matt Falsgraf. Breaking ball out wide. 2-2 the count. Swung on and miss. A good way to end the game, and 1 inning of relief from Zane Layden. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And game number 1 comes to an end. The Bellevue Bruins put the thumping on the Waldorf Warriors by a score of 20-4. 20 runs on 18 hits, no errors for the Bruins. 4 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors for the Warriors. With the win, the Bellevue Bruins now move to 28-6 on the season, 14-1 in conference. With the loss, Waldorf drops to 13-19, 8-7 in conference play. The winning pitcher is the Bruins starter, Easton Britton, picking up his 5th win of the season. The Bruins offense just exploded. 10 runs in the second, 6 more in the third, 4 more in the fourth. I think that adds up to 20. Hopefully it does. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The Bruins win and move on to get ready for game number 4 of this 4-game set. This one completed in about 2 hours and 10 minutes. We'll be back in about 30 minutes with game number 2 of today's doubleheader. For all of us in the press box, and for baseball coach Dwayne Monlix and his staff, athletic director Ed Lahotek, Mick Krupski signing off for now. Be sure to come back at about, we'll say, 2:40 or so for game number 4 of this 4-game set. Enjoy the rest of your time, get a little snack, and be back with more baseball right here on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network.